Hello, everyone. I'm Armstrong Williams, and thank you for joining us on this Tuesday, March 30th, for our video blog. There is much hullabaloo about the impact of the president's health care bill on the middle class, the poor, and the rich. And there's a speculation that the rich will carry the burden of the tax load as a result of this health care bill. As much as I am a critic of President Barack Obama and his leanings towards socialism, and well, let's call it this. Let's call it redistribution of wealth. His redistributive policy. It's actually nothing new. It's no more than what the government has tried under the Carter administration, under the Clinton administration, to another extent, the Bush administration. Remember, until Bush came to power, there was no such thing as Homeland Security, and he created this mammoth bureaucracy, obviously, that certainly tilted the debt. But the speculation that somehow or another the upper class, those that work and create the wealth and create the jobs and make the greatest sacrifices, are somehow or another going to disappear into oblivion is sort of a little over exaggeration, because when it's all said and done, really the president's or any administration that comes along cannot really impact the true wealthy of this country. There are really loopholes, whether it comes from real estate, and definitely if you study the tax system, that gives wealthy Americans so many breaks that other people otherwise just don't have. Many people don't sort of take the risk with real estate, not just as a homeowner, but having investment properties. They don't have investments that can be taxed, and they don't have overseas portfolios. And so because entrepreneurs create the wealth, they become very sophisticated by having lawyers and accountants, and definitely no one advocates tax evasion because that's illegal and it goes against our laws. But there's nothing wrong with tax avoidance. And what do I mean by tax avoidance? Obviously, our tax code is certainly not moral. If you think this has something to do with ethics and legality and values, it certainly doesn't. I mean, I think our tax laws are just as manipulative and can just be as corrupt as any other law if you see the kinds of things that are exempted and why laws are put in place. So even the laws, I mean, look at the people who make the laws. It's the people in the United States Congress. They make laws that benefit their constituency. And who are their constituencies? It's the big corporations, it's big drug companies, it's lawyers, it's the medical profession, it's business owners. You don't see poor people getting an audience with a member of Congress or a United States senator. You don't see them sitting down with the Treasury
It's
Secretary.
6 o'clock.
So as much as you may belabor the point that the president is punishing the rich, I mean, just remember after the president's State of the Union, when he just beat down Wall Street and banks, and the very next day, less than 24 hours later, Timothy Geithner was on the phone with the banking industry in Wall Street telling them how they could get around the loopholes. And so, by the way, send us a donation, help us underwrite our campaign debt. So it's just a game. Listen, it's the rich and the upper middle class that write the laws, they write the rules, they're the ones that lobby, they have the clout, they have the power. The sad news about this health care bill, any new, innovative, and I mean just unbelievable change and sort of implementing something so substantial as healthcare, the people that the president is really trying to help, the middle class and the poor, are the ones that in the end that will suffer greatly, suffer the most. Because listen, when an economy is tough, when the economy loses jobs, when employers lay people off, it's normally people with less than who's affected by this the most. So you know what? I would not cry a lot of tears for the upper class and the rich in this country, because if you ask me, they're going to be okay. So, hey, you may not agree, but we want your commentary. I'm Armstrong Williams, and thank you for listening.